So one of the biggest mistakes, I talk about it in the book, you touched upon it, and that's why I wanted to elaborate on it, is people holding on to great music that they're making.
Yes.
Instead of putting it out, instead of selling it. There's a lot of times that you'll be able to get to the people you want to work with if you put it out on your own. The more you put content out, the more people can get exposed to you,
Yeah.
the more people can understand that you might be somebody they want to work with.
Yes.
Like you said yourself, you've had songs that sat in your laptop that you thought was a hit, and then you sat on it waiting for the right thing, never happened, and it just wasted the record.
Yes.
And that's a big mistake a lot of songwriters
A
make.
lot of songwriters make, and then I just
And producers.
and produce.
And artists.
I feel like in the new music business, it's not about the megastar. And you know what I mean? I mean, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The kid in your basement recording today in the new music business, and this is no disrespect because he's a megastar, is just as important as Justin Bieber. Back then, bro, we would have records for celebrities and be like, this is for Rihanna, and she gotta sing it. And that's the way the business went, and it made sense. But I really feel like, with streaming and how music going, yo, man, you have just as much of a chance to be number one being in your basement
Right.
with the next door neighbor
Right.
than, oh yeah, Justin Bieber going to sing my song. That's
Right.
just the new music business to me.
Right. Right, because as you said, one of the records you did for Lizzo, was it Juice?
Yes.
Juice was one of the most synced records this year.
Yeah, one of the most synced records last year.
And what people don't understand is what syncing means is a song that you hear like in a TV show, in a movie, whether it's in the background, whether it's the theme song. That is what you call syncing your music, for those that are unfamiliar with that. And you can make tremendous money just making sync music, even if it never even gets on the radio.
Even if it never gets on the radio. And the funny part is I learned this late. I learned this with Juice. Like, wait, how much money we making?
Right.
Yeah, but it didn't, oh, wow. Like,
Right.
And I just feel like there's so many ways you can make music and make money.
Make money.
Make money as a musician now. It's like, yo, man, the door's wide open. I feel like it's a great time to be a musician, and it's a great time to not be afraid to put in music out. I mean, like, literally, like, yo, hey, Steve, sing this for me. I'm about to load it up on Spotify tomorrow.
Right.
What? Hey.
And then guess what can happen? A music supervisor or someone's just trolling through the internet, finds your song, like, man, this would be great for this video game or for this movie. And like, that will never happen if you don't put your music out. If you just sit there hoping that, you got the right marketing plan, you got the right artist singing it, you got a record deal. You don't need all that stuff to just get your creativity and your music out there. And there's a lot of money to be made out there for that.
And that's why, man, stop bodyguarding the music. We even this is my message to the music business. We gotta stop bodyguarding the music. We have to let the people hear the music, let the music build, let the music be hard. Sitting down like, oh man, we got to make sure we have the perfect right song and the setup single and the this and that. I remember P in an interview saying when he put out the City Girls project, Act Up was on the album, and nobody cared. They put out the whole project, Act Up been there the whole time, and nobody was paying attention. And then they put out the song with Cardi B, and everybody was like, oh, Cardi B and the City Girls, and da-da-da-da. And then people went back, and then Act Up started to grow, and everybody's like, yo, this song is amazing. And it was like, yo, we put this out like a year ago. This song been, this song been there.
Right.
But guess what? They wouldn't have been able to seize that moment if the music was on a hard drive on a computer that only 7 people in the studio could listen to and be like, yo, this is hard. Stop self-proclaiming your song success. The only way you're going to know if your song is successful is to put it out into the wall.
Right, and stop thinking because you made something 6 months ago, a year ago, 2, 3 years ago, that it's old, that you can't put it out now, or that there's still opportunities. There's records, look at bands like Fun. When they put out We Are Young, they thought that was their hit. They put it out, nothing happened. Then a year later, it gets synced in a Budweiser commercial. Or it gets on Glee. It gets on a TV show. Then all of a sudden the song becomes a Grammy record. Imagine Dragons. Like, there's a lot of people that were putting out music. It didn't pop off at first. It goes back to patience. And it goes back to understanding that there's so much out there that it might take a little bit more time to be discovered. But you'll never be discovered if you don't put the music out.
If you was the only person listening to your music in your living room with your mom and your cousins, my boy, you ain't gonna get where you trying to get.
Just put it out. There's a whole nother video about how to market it and how to get people aware of it. But let's talk about the importance of collaborating as a songwriter.
Man, I think the best music is made by collaborating. The best music is made in chaos sometimes. You know, some of the best walking relationships are relationships of people who is like, they didn't even like each other. Mm-hmm. You know, that kind of way? So a lot of the times as creative people, we feel like we need the perfect circumstance. It's like, the temperature isn't right, I need the lighting, and I need candles, and I need this exact strain of
and we've both seen
weed.
that.
And I've seen that, and then nothing comes out of it. And then sometimes I've been in a studio where I've been working with somebody who've pushed my talent to a place that I never thought I would even go, because I so used to working this way, and I was like, yo, I don't like this dude's process, and da-da-da-da, and it's like, oh shit. And I write a hit because I embraced a new way of thinking. And
you're open-minded.
And there's no, listen, I know so many songwriters. Yo, I've written hit records by myself.
Right.
I know songwriters who've written hit records by themselves. But all the songwriters who've been around for decades at a time, you know, producers, songwriters, people that I admire, Dr. Dre, Timbaland, Quincy Jones, Pharrell. Yo, these guys don't have a problem or feel a way with other, like, I got the drums from him, I got the keyboard sample from him, the vocals from her. It was his idea to say whatever that word was. Oh man, that's like 8 people. But did we write a hit though?
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, there's music, which we all love, all creative artists we love, we would do for free. We've done for free a lot. And then there's
Wait, what'd you just say? We did what a lot?
We've done for free a lot. And then there's the music business.
Right.
The business where, yo, we in here to make money, yes, to make art, but to hopefully make art that we could take care of our families and take care of our lives with. Going back to Quincy Jones, you know, who I'm a big fan of, he say, leave your art on the wall and give the people what they want.
Right.
And if you are going to make art for people to consume, you have to know that it's not about you.
Right.
It's not about once the product leaves you. Man, I wrote this. Once it gets out there, it is not about you.
It's about you having the best way of giving the people what they want.
And being in a group, being in a room with somebody that could say, yo, if you just change the melody there a little bit, okay, Locked Away.
I've watched hit records happen just from changing one melody in the bridge.
Locked Away was full song. My manager Ray came in and he was like, yo, this song is cool. You know what the problem is? These verses are whack. Luke was like, you know something? Because this chorus is good. Let's try new verses. And we tried new verses. And that song probably take us a month before we were like, finally, this is good. This is, before we could get Adam to sing it literally, yes, we like this song.
Right.
So, you know, but without collaboration, and collaboration could come from anywhere, collaboration could come from going home and playing it for your girlfriend and her being like, that's not, I don't like that.
Right.
And you're like, why? Why you sound like that?
So listen to everybody.
Yeah, listen to everything and then boil down. And collaboration is really taking all the opinions and making one complete thing and being able to respect everyone's process and gain in the room. You know, there are some people that don't collaborate because they may not be good with people and it's still successful. I don't want I don't want you guys to see this and feel like, well, if I don't collaborate, I won't be
Just don't be closed-minded to
Don't
collaborate.
be closed-minded to working with other people, because other people may give you a new perspective that adds to your greatness.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And making somebody else great is in fact being great.
Yo, I feel like being talented and being knowledgeable and knowing things and not giving the information to people and not giving the energy to people is a waste of talent.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's why we're here helping.
Exactly.
So speaking of collaborating, there's a lot of artists, and it's a tough thing to talk about, but you know, you have somebody in the room that might throw one word out, right, or one line, and now you're like, man, how much publishing does he get of this song? How do we split this song up? And I've even seen, I'm sure you have, people tell you, I don't want to hear your opinion because they don't want to share in the credit of this song. How do you address that, and how do you determine and decide who gets what and how much of a song when collaborating with other people?
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. There's many different ways to do it. You could use your own discretion on how you like to do it. I could give you a couple ways that I have found that has been easy for me. Where I don't have publishing disputes. Usually with a song is broken down into 100%. The producer, creator of the music would have 50% of the song, and the lyric and melody person would have 50% of the song. So if you made the beat, I would be like, okay, 50% of this song goes to you. Now 50% is me. I brought in other writers. So this 50%, I wouldn't try, I wouldn't jump into your 50. This is one way to do it. And I break it down 20%. I give 20% to the chorus, which is the most important part of any song.
Right.
And then I do 10% per verse. Usually in the traditional sense of a song, you'd have 3 verses, including a bridge. First verse, second verse, and then a bridge. So if I wrote the hook, 20% is mine, and then this guy wrote a verse, another guy, and everybody get 10%. I would break it down like that. I have to make it easier, and people have found that to be fair.
Right.
And another way you could is if we all agree to collectively come in and write this song, we split it evenly.
Right.
Producer, writer, everybody. So if 4 people do it together, everybody get 25. If 2 people do it together, 50-50. So it's no argument, because maybe I was like, yo, those chords could be better. You should try tung tung tung. I didn't play it, but then, and maybe you were like, yo, if
you said this instead of that.
We found love in a happy place is cool, but a hopeless place would that's what collaboration is. And in that sense, without each other, we won't have this song. So even if your contribution was small, take out your contribution, we don't have this complete song. Not saying we wouldn't have been able to finish it. So, it all depends. Now, you use your discretion, because you may work with people. You come in a room with songwriters and stuff like that, and they really don't bring things to the table. They're more like finessers. They just come in a room and they...
Yeah, that's dope.
And then they find a way, and then it's like, yo, bro, I helped out. Like, I told... And then you're like, you know what? I is the type of person to be like, you know what? Me ain't gonna fight with you. You can have the percent, but I will never work with you again.
Right.
And now it's like, you just kind of mess up sort of a relationship by not coming in and doing the work.
So do you think it'd be better if that person you're talking about was like, you know what? I didn't really contribute that much. Let's bump me down to like 5%.
Yes. I feel, listen, fair business keeps you around longer. True story. I did a song. I ain't gonna mention the name. I ain't gonna even mention the song. I did a song with a producer.
Was it a hit?
It was an album cut. It wasn't even a hit.
Okay.
And we were new songwriters. And songwriters don't necessarily get paid up front. Right. The producer will get paid.
Right. And
we were getting paid. All we wanted was $2,500. Because we didn't have no deal, we didn't have nothing. And this was how we was paying our rent.
Right.
We wrote the song, we sold the song, we placed the song, we recorded the song in the studio. The producer was charging $20,000. We were like, yo, you think you could charge $22,500? And
So it's
because
25.
the label didn't want to give us the money. But
Right.
yo, dude, you didn't do anything. You
Yeah.
didn't place it. Bro, you didn't even know that I wrote the song to the beat. You send me a beat pack, and I came back to you like, John is cutting it and it going on the album.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey. And
I would have split the 20 grand with you guys.
no, and guess what? Listen. Even when we talked to him, it was like, yo, we don't want 50%. We want $2,500.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, my price is 20 grand. Okay, ask him for 22.5. I'm not negotiating for you. Yeah, but we said, we took get. You know what? You're right. And in business, he was right. You don't manage me. You don't work for me. My manager did reach out to everybody, and they told us no. So we came to you like, yo, we a team. We doing this together. Look, they told us no to this. So you do this, and then you give us this, and we cool. You know what? That's the last placement he ever had. That was in 2007.
And you could have lifted him up as your songwriting career.
As my songwriting career, I'd have been like, yo, I always remember you looked out for me.
Yeah. Got some more beats.
Yo, you got some more tracks? Hey, I'm working on this project right now. But no.
Yep.
And literally mess up a relationship for 25. Yo, dude. You listen, you either, when I got into the music business and when I make my first $1 million and I realized that you could make $1 million doing this, I never fought over money. Was never an issue. I never fight over money. It wasn't about money anymore, because I was like, oh man, my kids are gonna go to good colleges.
Right.
My parents ain't have to work. My wife don't have to work. I go on fly vacay.
Right.
Bro, I'll never argue with a man over pennies.
So for those that are worried about money and want to make money and aren't at your level yet, how does a songwriter go about, because publishing is where you make your money.
Yes.
So how does a songwriter go about getting a publishing deal?
Man, I mean, you could reach out to publishers. Like the internet is an amazing tool. Everything is available. I think continuous work and writing and building up your buzz, making noise, people hearing about you, studio hopping, people like, yo, this kid came in, he wrote something, yo, this kid is dope. Just know, there's a bunch of people that would tell you, yo, pub deals are dumb, don't do a pub deal, yo, bruh. This is what I believe. Hey man, if you can afford to take care of your life and not do a pub deal and wait. Yo, dog. But if you're trying to do music every day and somebody can come in and... My first pub deal, yes, I got a lot of money, but it wasn't the best terms. And by the way, every big fucking writer that I've met, first pub deal was shit. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody has signed a deal that they was like, now that I know better, those terms, I wouldn't have given them. I didn't know,
Well, that's record deal, that's every deal that a new artist gets into.
And so for me, I hear a lot of people saying, don't sign a deal, fuck a deal, da-da-da-da. Listen, if you have the balls and the kahunas to go out by yourself and do it, cool. Yo, my nigga, if you got dope boy money, you got $4 million in drug money somewhere sitting that you could invest, cool. But if you were a nigga like me who worked at Party City, made minimum wage, worked part-time, had a
Number two at selling watches.
Couldn't afford to catch the bus, so I had to walk home. If you're that guy, fuck what these niggas is out here talking about. Get you a lawyer, negotiate the best terms that you possibly can, get you some money so you can focus on nothing else but your craft.
Right.
Get in the studio, write records, build your career, take the time and the years, and I promise you, you're gonna get out of, and you're gonna get out of that deal. You're gonna move on, and it takes time. Right. Going back to patience. Talking about somebody like Dr. Dre, who didn't get any of the NWA publishing. When you saw in the movie, he got fucked, came back, fucking death row, left death row, said, keep all of it. I don't want nothing. Right. Came back with Eminem, 50 Cent, and then bam, a third life because of patience, because of perseverance, because of hard work.
And believing in himself. And working hard.
Yo, everybody asks me what's the number one key to becoming a successful songwriter. Confidence. It's nothing else. Hey, bruh,
melodies and lyrics.
No, melody and lyrics and all of that shit, I really feel is opinion because, bro, there's number one songs that I've heard that is trash to me. My opinion means shit. It's number one. So my thing is like, you know hit records that you don't like. Bro, there's songs on the radio that I'm riding in the car, my wife is like, oh my God, anybody could fucking make music. This is bullshit. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have a fucking opinion. Mm-hmm. But whoever made that song, they believed it was good. And that's where it starts. If you don't believe it, if you don't fucking believe in yourself, bro, I promise you, nobody else will. You can't convince, it's like you gotta walk, bro, I walk into the room and I have no doubts that I'm the shit.
When I did Sorry Blame It On Me with Akon,
yes,
I literally called him and said, yo, I got a hit record for you. Wherever you are in the world right now, I'm coming to you. Where are you? Man, I'm on tour with Gwen Stefani. I was like, cool. I'm going to look up the schedule. I'm going to meet you at a city. See you soon. Hung up the phone.
Yeah.
Showed up backstage. He got off stage, walked over to me, and I said, I got a hit. I'm going to get on your tour bus right now until you record the song. That's how confident I am about this hit. So yeah, testament to what you just said. And then look.
And I don't want anybody to mistake confidence with arrogance or being an asshole.
Because there is a big difference. Because there are, like, I'll get hit from people all the time that say things like, man, I promise if you listen to we're going to make $1 billion together.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's like, really, bro? Based on what? Just your opinion? Because then, so how do you distinguish confidence from being cocky?
It's an etiquette, no disrespect. In St. Thomas, we would say something like, your mother's son was raised wrong. Mm-hmm. You was raised wrong. Like, you got a mama, you got a daddy. They should have taught you there's a certain way you approach people. Bro, let me tell you something. People hit me in my DMs all the time. You know who I end up listening to their beats? The guy that hits me and says, yo, man, I'm a big fan, man. I look up to you, man. Yo, man, I mess with your music. Right. Oh, man, thanks. Hey, dog, I seen your post today, man. Sick, bro. Motivational. Bam. Oh, man, I didn't know you had kids, bro. That's cool. Bam.
By the way, pause. Remember when I talked to you guys about people that you think won't respond on DMs? He's telling you right now.
I respond to everybody.
I do too.
I respond to everybody. So peep game. Now, this is what we call building a rapport. Next thing you know, he's like...
Because you think as someone hitting him, you sent him 10 messages, he ain't never reading these. But he is, and he's like cataloging.
Yeah, like, and then I'm like, Max Money 26. I see this name so much that I'm like, oh, I remember this guy. Yeah. And then one day, like months in now, he's like, yo, man, I just got a question. You know what I'm saying? I'm an aspiring producer, and you have any advice for me? Like, I feel stuck. I'm like, yo, keep da-da-da-da, give him some advice. He's like, cool. Keeps going. Next thing you know, me, and this has happened for real. Like, yo, we talking 6-7 months, going into a year. He's like, yo, man, you would have never want to listen to my music. Would you just like give me some pointers? Yo, here's my email. Send it to me right now.
Right.
Bro, it's like, just to use this example, bro, you don't meet a girl in a nightclub, walk up and be like, yo, so I'm gonna get that pussy tonight or what? Who does that? That's rude, disrespectful. No, I'm just saying, and the people that does that, they're fucking dicks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what do? You be like, hey, what's up? You take her out on a fucking date. You hang with her for a while. You make, saying you talk to her, you get to know her, you know, and then it's like, now we get there. So all I'm saying is the same rapport, because you got to think, this is what we do you got to respect this, because, bro, this shit ain't a hobby. This shit ain't like some side business that I just do for fun for no reason. This is my time away from my kids, my wife, my family, my mom.
Sacrifice.
The sacrifice that I make. And now you telling me, okay, Theron, in my 24 hours a day, yo, can you take 10 minutes out of your day for me? Who the fuck are you? I don't know anything about you. What if you're a bad person? Yeah. What if you're disrespectful? What if you're rude?
What if you're a deadbeat dad?
What if you're a deadbeat dad?
Yeah.
But guess what? If we build a rapport and I get to know you, now it's like, yo, I fuck with this dude and I want to help him because he's a good person. He's a good guy. Because that's one thing. I don't care how successful you are, how rich you are. If I get in a room and you're an asshole, I would be like, hey guys, you know what? I'm a bit tired today. I'm not on. I'm leaving. I'm going to text my manager. I'm going to say, fuck them. I'm never working with them again. And you can hit. Listen, my manager name is Ray Daniels. You can hit Ray Daniels every day. Yo, man, I need to get in with Theron, man. What we going to do? If you aren't a good person, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if I write a hit with an asshole, I knew I just made an asshole rich, and all money does is enhance the fucked up part about you. And I don't want to help. Right. So if you're a good person, I know that $1 million is going to enhance your good. You're going to help others like I helped you. So I don't want to, anybody that's a fucked up person did some weird shit, I want nothing to do with it.
So lastly, what is a common mistake you see songwriters making?
Oh, man.
There might be a lot, huh?
I mean, I see a lot of mistakes. I mean, shit, I make mistakes too, so I don't want to make,
What have you learned from your mistakes?
The biggest thing I learned is not to hold on to records. If you feel like you're talented, I promise you're going to make more. You know, collaborate and respect other people's process. You know, talented and creative people and artistic people are what would be considered the word weird. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm fucking weird. You might come in the studio and I might do shit that's like, yo, this guy is dancing around and he's loud and crazy, and that might be my process. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know, and I like all the lights on, but yo, bro, you might like them dim and candles, and you might just like the, you know, one of my favorite songwriters is Neo, and I got the opportunity to work with him one time, and it fascinated me, bro, because he pulled out a pencil and a pad and he wrote the song down, and I was like, but I had to respect it. That's his process, and it was cool. So learning how to respect people's process and a mistake I feel like new songwriters make is, new songwriters and producers, man, getting in with the big songwriters and producers, that don't mean it's going to change your life. You know what I mean? That doesn't, listen, Max Martin, The Dream, Rico Love, Rock City, other big songwriters that's out there, you know what I'm saying? James Fauntleroy, people that I admire and I love and are amazing. Yo, not because James Fauntleroy wrote to your beat means that the song is gonna. Right. Yo, and just so you know, so I used to think when I was coming up that people bigger than me knew something that I didn't know. Right. People bigger than me was doing something that I couldn't do. Dog, name the biggest songwriter in the world with the biggest hit right now, and your chances of placing a song is just as good as his.
You must have read the book.
It's true. Your chances are just, it's like, dog, you're like Rock City, man. Yo, I used to think like, you know, let me think, Sean Garrett, The Dream, all the guys who are, you know, all these guys who are big before I started to get a chance, I used to be like, man, they're in the room, man. They're getting opportunities I'm not getting. Oh, man, I got to figure out how to get there.
They must be better than me.
They must be better, dog. I got to practice. And then you realize.
And it's not the skill they're better at. It's presenting themselves the opportunity, networking, going out there, reaching out, delivering.
Dog. Listen, bruh. Think on this. I can play a song for Selena Gomez right now, and she could be like, I'm Rock City, bro. I've proven myself, bro. Yeah. She's like, nah, that shit ain't hot, dog. And then,
and it don't even mean it's not hot. It's just not hot for this project.
Yeah, it's not for Selena. Let's not say it's not hot. And then you're in your basement, bro, and by some miraculous way, Mike Karen responds to you. You send him the song. He plays it for an A&R. Nobody at Atlantic could cut it, but the A&R, yo, The A&R plays it for his friend. They're like, oh man, Selena could do this. And now you have Selena's first single. And it's happened to a lot of people that way.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, I know Max Martin is better. No, bro, you're gonna get in with Max and he could teach you things. You're gonna get in with me and I could teach you things. But I promise you, you could teach me things too.
Right.
And the funny part about being new, the good part about being new is you haven't been tainted or jaded or affected by the music business
Process. Yeah.
So you're doing things, you're creating new ways to do things that I've been taught a way for the last 15 years of being in this business that I do it my way. It doesn't mean my way is right or wrong. It's worked for me. It may not work for you. You haven't been taught, so you're coming into business green as fuck and you're like, yo, why does the chorus have to come here? I'm gonna put the chorus here and the verse here and I'm gonna pull the beat out right here.
Right. Or I'm gonna have no chorus.
Fuck it, fuck a hook. And you're like, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
That can never be a hit with no
And then
chorus.
it's a hit. Yeah, because and so I say being new and being, because now you're in the room and you're creative and there's nobody there to tell you this is how it's supposed to be. No, it's like, yo, bro, yo, a stylist. They come in and say, yo, wear this and da 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 da. Yeah, but before that, you're in the room just putting clothes together and you come up with some shit that's like, yo, why you put those socks with those shoes, bro? That's crazy.
Right.
And that's how it happens. You know, a lot of the times, ignorance can bring forth great mistakes.
Right.
There is a such thing as a good mistake. So, you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes, learn from them, grow. And again, as a songwriter, please, man, yo, have confidence in yourself, believe in yourself, and don't fucking think that getting to me or getting to anybody that you look up to is gonna be the key to change your life. I mean, only you can do that.
And lastly, do not think just because somebody's more successful than you that they're better than you.
For a fact, they're not.
Get familiar.